Ahoy there! Hope this heat wave's working out for you guys. We're loving it here in the 60s in Kodiak, Alaska. We thought, you know, during my time down in the Midwest with the family there, we were cooking. So rather than show you more about the heat and the heat wave, we're gonna show you some video from back in November when we took the bus out of winter storage in Anchorage, Alaska, de-winterized the bus, and drove it down to Homer to get the electrical system upgraded. So, you know, we had some electrical gremlins that got a little progressively worse as we were coming up to Alaska. By the time we were here, the inverter was sort of touch and go. Now, our buddy down in Homer runs Breakwater Electric. And, okay, so economically, I don't know if it's the best idea to bring your RV to a boat shop to get the electrical fixed, but anyway. Now, the thing is, to get from Anchorage to Homer, you have to go over some pretty high altitude mountain area, and this gets pretty exciting. And I gotta tell you, this was not smart. Let's see if we made it.
Yeah.
Now, since we've been in storage for a while, first thing I gotta do, obviously, is hook up these batteries. Now, part of what we're trying to fix is that we had a bit of a parasitic draw, where every time we shut the bus down, the batteries would run down. So I put those quick disconnects on the battery. Now, Aaron, the previous owner, did give us a fantastic walkthrough. However, must have missed somewhere on the way that there was a second battery switch up behind that speaker, the one for the electronics. So that's why we had to disconnect the batteries every time. Alright, so trying to dig this poor thing out of its winter slumber, and let's see if I can actually get the generator to start.
I think last time we saw it was 14 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, I'm warming up the glow plugs, and I'll see if it starts.
And how do you turn the glow plugs on for anybody that doesn't know?
The start button or the stop button to energize the glow plug.
For how long?
30 seconds.
Oh! There's a spark of light.
So you'll notice, when it came to starting the generator, things got a little bit touch and go there. We cut out a lot of footage because there was a whole lot of diagnosis trying to get that generator to light off. After all the effort we put in to pre-warming the glow plugs and everything else, and you gotta remember that generator tray doesn't slide out until everything's running because you need air pressure to get it out. As it turns out, the reason the glow plugs weren't heating up is because, yeah, the glow plugs were missing. So, like, there aren't any. That's why it didn't start. Okay, so the generator is not wanting to start, so I'm going to try to light off the main engine.
Does this one have glow plugs as well? Oh. Well.
How about if you run over to the auto parts store while I shovel?
Okay.
You need to pick up a can of ether.
And they'll have it there?
Yeah, now this turned into a 2-day evolution. We had some other stuff going on. The reason we were in Anchorage was for a whole bunch of things. You'll see at one point, I'm doing shoveling, sent Jen out to get ether because, as we all know, Ether is the poor man's substitute for having a block heater because there was nowhere to plug it in. We didn't wind up actually using the ether. So the first thing we're going to try, part of our electrical issue is that we're not able to charge while we're sitting here in storage. Last time I checked, we were down to 11.4 volts, which is not enough to get it to start. So we got some fancy jumper cables, and we're going to try what seems like it might be impossible, but we're going to try to jump start it from the dually. According to the Wanderlodge owner's manual, this thing can run down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 11, but we have these electrical gremlins that we need taken care of, and our good buddy Adam down in Homer runs an electronics place that's actually for boats, but we're going to see if we can run it down there today to have him give it the once over. Okay, so what we got is we got this fancy Duralast thing at Napa that actually has a voltage indicator, so it will show what the voltage is of the bus once I get things hooked up.
Reading anything?
Not reading anything. I'm gonna go turn some switches on. Had a bad connection.
12.0.
That's actually better than it was. They must have recovered.
And it's cranking. It's way better than it was doing, what, 2 days ago? I was thinking about it. The bus is full. Woo!
Okay, well, it did amazingly start. Okay, so now we just got to start getting things ready to roll. Oh, we're at full pressure finally.
Wow. All right, looks like traffic's moving. Finally. Sounds like, oh, there's a guardrail where it's all smushed right there.
This is so beautiful up here. We're crossing over the mountain pass. So now we're running almost 900 degrees on the turbo. The engine's getting up to a normal operating temperature. Turning about 2200 RPM. Pretty happy. One neat thing I neglected to mention, when we were at storage, we were at 142 feet. Now we're up to almost 1,000 up here in the mountain pass. My windshield washers actually work. I couldn't believe it. Now they're really low on fluid, so I didn't have a lot of fluid. That was impressive. Not so impressive. I've got a windshield crack that's starting to really expand. It's probably not liking all these temperature changes going up and down. But when I went through that pass, my mirrors fogged up. So I turned on the mirror defrosters, and I couldn't believe it. All four of them. You can see the size of the defroster for a while. And then, here, I just got to show you some of this mountain scenery. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it looks like we'll go over a little over 1,000 feet on this one. There you go. 1,200 feet. Now's when that turbo really gets a good workout. It's doing a great job. Pretty much able to maintain whatever feels like a safe speed. Loving it. Now, one thing I have to point out, I mean, Anchorage, Alaska, dead of winter. I don't know if you noticed, the lighting is so cool. We have that Arctic alpine light thing going on. You made it this far, so now you know we made it to Homer. Now the question is, what upgrades did we get done? Well, we hope to share those with you next week. We really appreciate you guys coming along, appreciate your time. As always, we live and love the comments. Absolutely love them. That's what keeps us going. And remember, don't be a lurker. Just hit subscribe. You don't have to hit the notification bell or whatever if you don't like the videos. If you like it, give us 1 thumbs up. And if you don't like it, give us 2 thumbs down. It works better that way.